John Chow here from johnchow.com, and welcome to another episode of Driving with John Chow. I want to give you a little bit of financial advice today. A lot of people don't realize this, they know me as an internet marketer, but I am actually a fully qualified financial planner. I studied finance in finance and accounting in school, so I know this stuff. I just never, advise clients on it. Because it's I guess like the old thing, if a stockbroker is really good at their job, they would not need to be stockbrokers because they're actually making money trading stocks. Well, if a financial planner is really good at their job too, they don't need to do financial planning because they only have one client themselves. That's me. Anyway, I want to talk to you about your greatest wealth producing asset. Then this is what will make you the most amount of wealth. And a lot of people, when you talk about this, people will talk about, stocks, bonds, mutual fund, real estate. All this stuff comes into play. But here's the thing, none of them are true. None of them are correct. Because, those will eventually become your biggest wealth producing asset. But in the beginning, they're not. Because A, you don't have them yet. You don't. You say, real estate's great wealth producing asset. Well, you got to buy the real estate first. Same thing with stocks, same thing with all the other wealth producing asset. But in the beginning, what is your greatest wealth producing asset? And there's only one answer. And even after you acquire all those investments, this is still probably your biggest wealth producing asset for a long, long time. And that is simply your income. Your income, what you make, what you bring home. The paycheck, whether from business, whether from working or internet marketing, the income that you make, it's your greatest wealth producing asset by far. Because in the beginning, that's all you really have. You have the income that you produce. And what you do with that income will decide later on how wealthy you would be. Because we all have a choice when we get paid. What doesn't matter what the source of the income is. Like for me, my income source is from internet marketing and blogging, making YouTube videos. That's my income source. So for other people, the income source could be most people, I guess, will be a job, right? But what you do with that income will decide your future. Because we all have a choice. When we get our income, we can spend it on two things. We can spend it on toys, like this car, movies, eating, dining out, that kind of stuff. Or we can spend it on buying wealth-producing assets. That's what the real estate, the stocks, the bonds, those assets that go up in value, that's where that comes in, right? So you have a choice, what do you spend it on? And the difference between the 1% or the ultra rich people and everyone else is rich people spend their money on acquiring assets that go up in value, assets that will eventually make them money. And eventually, with enough time and compound interest, those assets will be able to replace your income. And that is the ultimate goal. And it's a goal that everyone has to do. I know in the beginning, a lot of people would say that, well, I can't invest because all my money is going to just live. That may be true, but in most cases I find it's not true, because no matter how little you make, anyone can become rich. Actually, it's mathematically proven. If you start early enough, even $1 a day with compound interest, $1 a day invested at 12% over 40 years equals $1 million. So anyone can become a millionaire. Anyone. It's just a matter of discipline, making sure that part of your income, your greatest wealth producing asset, making sure that part of that income goes toward investment. And financial planners recommend 10%. 10% of your income should go to long-term investment, and that will become your nest egg, your retirement, etc., or whatever. I like to see that go up higher. Yeah, me, I like to go at least 50%, more than half go into wealth-producing asset. And ideally, they say invest 10%. Ideally, you should be investing 90%. Now, at that rate, 90%, that sounds ridiculous. I mean, I make $10,000 a month. You expect me to live on 1,000? I go, no. But because a lot of, yeah, $1,000 a month is kind of very low to live on. Saving $9,000, but if you do it, that'd be amazing. But this is where you increase your income. If you, well, you can invest 90% when you're only making 10 grand a month. If you're making 100 grand a month, then the question becomes, can you live on 10 grand a month? And in my case, I don't think I spend 10 grand a month. No, I don't. So yeah, that means the rest goes into investment. And basically, the more money you could do that your income then goes to buy more income producing asset. And that's eventually how you get rich. And that really is the biggest difference between rich people and poor people. Have you ever read the book, The Millionaire Next Door? Go check it out. It's a great book. I'll put a link to it below this video. But The Millionaire Next Door profiles all these millionaires. And millionaires are not what you imagine. They don't actually drive fancy cars or live in upper class gated community. The average millionaire drives a domestic sedan and lives in a middle class neighborhood. Why? It's because it costs a lot of money to drive fancy sports car and live in ultra expensive multi-million-dollar homes. So if they have to do that, most of their income, the biggest wealth-producing asset, most of their income will go to pay just to live, and very little money goes to investment. But because they drive cheap cars and live in middle-class neighborhood, more of the income goes to an investment. And the book, who profiled these millionaires, found that the average income of those millionaires that was profiled was $778,000. Now that sounds like, holy mackerel, $778,000. What the hell did they do? Like, what are they, doctors? Are they lawyers? No, they're not. They're actually, let me explain this way. The average net worth of those millionaires was about $8 million. All right, now, worth $8 million, and they make an average of about $770,000 a year. $8 million, 10% return on that money is $800,000 a year. Right? So you say, what do most of those millionaires do? Are they doctor, lawyer? No, they're not. They're living off the income of the $8 million. Right? Because in the end, you have to make your money off your investment, because eventually you will not be able to work anymore. I mean, there'll be one day where I will have to retire from doing this. I mean, I have to imagine, but yeah, one day I will stop doing this. But when that day comes, I will have to depend on my investment to live on. And like luck would have it, I'm able to do that. So that's kind of cool, because they know that I'm pretty much set now. All right. So it's a long-winded answer, but there you go. That's your number one wealth-producing asset, is your income. All right. So whatever you're making right now, set aside a percentage, a minimum 10%, ideally 30%, to a long-term investment. And if you do that, you'll never have to worry about money again in the future. John Sharp at johnsharp.com. Thank you very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like that. Like and share my video. Subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next episode.